Ambitious and motivated are words that describe you best. Then you're on the right place. This is Motivational Radio Friends from Paris with your host, Longi Agoha.
So it's really important. The most important thing is to educate yourself, get the right information, read the right books. And even those who are not in school, those who have been going to school, there's a difference between school and education. School is where you go to receive education, but you can also educate yourself at home and even every environment you go to. So it's important to have knowledge. That's one of the important things in life.
Right, and today I think we have the biggest university in the world, which is the internet. I think anybody who was born in this century is really very lucky in the sense that he is or she is really open for education and knowledge, because whatever you want in this world is you can get it on the internet. And so anybody who has access to the internet can always get any education he or she wants. Just that the problem is that some people are very lazy to do that.
Yes, that's also what I'm saying. They need someone they really need to have either a mentor or friends that will always encourage them, that are higher than them, that can tell them that you could do this, you could become this. So, because on the internet you can do a lot. Even for example, you can write a book and publish it. Like for example, I wrote a book and I'm writing more books and I'm also translating them in different languages. All I've done is put all my knowledge together and publish it. And this is the thing in education, like in schools and universities and colleges. They make you write assignments, which is good. So children write assignments which are like about 2,000 to 5,000 to 10,000 words. That's a whole book.
Yeah.
And they don't teach them to become authors, but they are already authors without knowing that they're authors. They are writing books, but they don't know. So, that's the other thing I have to say, that parents need to help their children or need to help their family and friends and tell them and help them to pursue their dreams, because school is for education. The teacher doesn't see every individual as an individual. The teacher sees all the 30 students as one person, because he or she doesn't have the time to discover everyone's purpose for them. And that's kind of the role of a parent, to help the child to pursue their dreams and discover who they're born to be. But also those who have grown and they haven't discovered their purpose, it's not their responsibility to make a decision to find themselves in the right environment, get the right information, work on their intellectual self and develop their self intellectually, even spiritually and physically, and also get the right books and then get the right friends that are doing things bigger than them. And that will help them to begin from there. That's the most important thing now.
I agree with you, because I know teachers, because I happen to be one of them, we tend to see a group of people. It's only when a student comes as an individual, comes to you and say, listen, I have this problem, and then you begin to look at him or her individually. But when you're in front of a class, you are seeing a whole bunch of kids. And it will be very difficult for you to look at one person at a particular time and say, you can do this. So this is where parents have to come in, and because they see their children every day, they can identify who is who. The problem is that sometimes many parents do not know how to identify these talents. I always believe that those we call talents today, for example, these are people who identify their talents early and pursue those talents, and now we see them as experts in their field, and we pay them handsomely for it. And so anybody can become that. The problem is, if you're not able to be identified by your parents, if your parents were not able to identify your talents early, then you grew up as an adult and you're doing a job today that you don't like. I think it's high time you look back into your life and say, hey, what did I come here to do? I came here to solve a problem for mankind. What is it? So you need to ask yourself questions like that. And then you begin to see kind of what I call soul searching. You need to look inwards into yourself and say, what did I come here to do? Because if you're able to identify that, and then you make kind of a U-turn, believe me, within a short time, you begin to see your life change.
That's very true. And I believe that, as I always say, is that your future is not ahead of you, it's trapped on the inside of you. So some of the questions they need to ask themselves is, who are they? Who am I? That is your identity. What is your identity? And then you need to ask yourself is, why am I here? That's a question of purpose. You need to discover your purpose is your original intent, the reason why you were born. That's your desired end, your reason for existence. So, and the other thing is that they need to ask themselves is, where are they going in life? You know, as you said about education, is that there's someone that posted something on Facebook. There was a teacher, a man sitting on a chair, and then there were 7 animals in front of him. There was like a fish, there was an elephant, there was a monkey, there was a snake, there was different types of animals. And now there was a tree behind the animals. And then the teacher said, for everyone to take a fair test, you must all climb the tree. So now this is the thing. A fish cannot climb the tree. A snake can get on the tree. An elephant, it will be hard for him to climb the tree. A monkey can climb the tree. So this is what happens in education. Some students, they tell them to climb this tree, but because they cannot do it, they say they are failures. So they go in life thinking that they are not wise, they are dumb. But because when you put a fish to swim, it's working, it's in its purpose. But when you put a fish on a tree or to fly, it will die. It will die slowly. When you put a bird to swim, it will die slowly. But when you put a bird to fly, it will be enjoying it because that's its purpose. So it's really important to discover your purpose, or you will go on life pretending to be someone you're not. And that will begin to kill you slowly by slowly. So it's important for young people, they need to hang out with the right people. They need to find a mentor. They need to fellowship with their parents. For the older people, they definitely need to get in the right environment, read the right books, because it's never too late. You might not need to go back to school, but you can go to the library and get the right books. Go to the internet, watch videos that will inspire you, to motivate you, and also listen to the right information. That's the most important thing in life. Be around the right people in the right environment and listening to the right things, and then that will help you to begin your journey.
This podcast was brought to you by the Motivational Radio France with their host, Lonjago in Paris.